What's up, Hoopers? Back again, and if you have been living under a rock, you are probably the only person who didn't hear. LeBron James came to the town. He came along with Jayson Tatum, Chet Holmgren, Paolo pulled up, Dejaunte Murray pulled up, just a lot, Jayson Tatum, just a lot of guys pulled up at the crossover on Saturday. I tried to get in. It wasn't happening. As you can see by the crowd, it was going to be impossible for me to get in there. Now, a lot of people that I know actually made it in. A lot of that is because they either knew Maul themselves, they knew somebody, or they were playing in the crossover either in that particular game or a game earlier that day. Or they got there early enough. I know some people that were there as early as 9 a.m. on Saturday and got in at like 3:30 that same day. I know a couple people that snuck in with a few people who were playing in the game. Needlessly to say, if I wasn't working, I had a few people I had to train, and I just had a level of guilt associated with canceling on them last minute, even though I really wanted to go. I took a chance. I showed up at like 1 o'clock. The crowd was already nuts. As you can see, the line was super long. The crowd was crazy. I'm texting my homeboys who are inside, like, how's it look inside? This is how it looked inside. It's looking like this outside. And then finally I decided, you know what? I just wanted to pull up. I had to see the crowd for myself. This is a historical moment. Bron hasn't been back in Seattle in over a decade to hoop. And this was going to be a moment for the city. So I had to pull up just to get the energy. And I also wanted to see if I could get into the game. Not going to front. It wasn't possible. As you can see, that crowd was nuts. The police presence was heavy. And it was going to take over an hour for me to get home because I-5 was shut down. So I made a business decision. I decided to go home because I heard that the game was going to be streamed on the NBA TV, or not the NBA TV, but the NBA app. So I wanted to make sure I got home just to see the game. It'd be a lot of fun to catch the game, possibly see a few people that I know in the crowd, and just absorb that energy. A lot of people were disappointed by how the game ended. Honestly, I thought it was really smart. It's a business decision. There's over $2 billion worth of contracts and potential earnings and current net worth and earnings on the court right now. So that was a huge business decision. Totally get it. Obviously, for those who waited in line super long, even those who waited well overnight, I'm sure some of you were disappointed, but I guarantee you, for all the kids that showed up, and shout out to Maul and everybody at the crossover. I know this is not going to be, a popular opinion, but shout out to you guys for making the kids a priority to get in. I remember standing outside filming from one of the doors and just hearing them yell, like, we're letting kids in, we're trying to get kids in, we're trying to get kids in. And me being a father, not having my daughter there was a level of guilt there too. Like, damn, I'm here and I know she knows who LeBron James is. We went and saw Space Jam. And she would love this opportunity. And for me not to have her there, I felt kind of guilty. So I totally understood that moment. I think that might have been at the moment I decided, let me just go off and head home and try to catch it then. And there were a lot of people tweeting, and rightfully so. There was a lot of people tweeting, I hope, if you're a parent, you brought your kid to this. I'm seeing a lot of adults here with no kids. I'm seeing a lot of grown men complaining like they're kids. And unfortunately, that's going to happen. The game ended before the first half could actually end due to the gym just being unfit to hoop in. It was way too hot in there. The humidity just from the city itself this weekend was a little more humid than usual, but that caused a little bit more of a heat situation inside, and because of that, the court was just slippery at every single turn. There weren't enough mops in the city to be able to keep the court the way it needed to be, just to keep all of those players protected. But just for the warm-ups, the first quarter, how Bron ended the first quarter, and even just the time in the second quarter, the city was on fire. In over 24 hours, Maul in the crossover set the city on fire. Shout out, a lot of people might not like this, shout out to my homie French, who definitely threw kind of the rumor out there for over a week. I would say the city was kind of buzzing, hearing rumors about LeBron potentially playing in the Pro-Am. People that don't hoop, people that play basketball, not basketball, play football, or maybe they play 2K, or they're not really in the gym and they're not really in the know like that. Even they were hearing that Bron was potentially coming to the city. So if it wasn't going to be for the Pro-Am, it was most likely going to be for the Storm's second game of their series, which was on Sunday the other day. So the city kind of knew Bron was coming, but for someone like LeBron, it's got to be official. And when he tweeted out he was going to be here, people went to SPU immediately and started camping out. And it was an incredible experience. Obviously, I didn't get to go in and see the game. I watched it vicariously through all of my friends and their clips, watching it online, and then, streaming it on the TV as well. It was just an incredible experience. So shout out to Maul, shout out to everybody from the city, from the town. Shout out to Bron, Tatum, everybody who played in the crossover. Just an incredible, incredible moment for the city, man. And unfortunately, I couldn't be there, but, maybe next time. Maybe next time. It's all good, though.